Hey guys, welcome back or welcome if you're new. Today we're going to be sublimating on glass using laminated sheets. I decided to use a laminated sheet, that way it will be see-through and make it actually look like a piece of stained glass, or at least that's my goal. So I started off with printing off the picture on my sublimation printer and letting it dry under the heat press. I just have the heat press hovering over top of it. It is not touching it. I'm not worried about the lines that you can see in the picture because whenever I've done this in the past, it's not caused me any issues. I'm going to be using this cutting board from the Dollar Tree. And at this point, I realize I actually made my image a little bit too small, but I'm going to just press through and keep going. I could have reprinted the image, but it is what it is and it's okay. I'm going to use these laminating sheets from Walmart. It is the Pen and Gear. They're just a cheap brand of laminating pouches. I'm going to take 1/2 of that. So if I take one of the sheets out, I'm going to take one side of it and tear it apart. Now with these cutting boards, one thing I like to do is remove the feet from the cutting board. I don't think I'm going to reattach these because I'm planning on using this in different ways. I'm not really sure exactly what I'm going to do with it right now. I may end up making a stand for it, but I'm not going to reattach the feet. So I'm just going to put them to the side. I may use them for a different project later on down the road. As always, clean your glass or other items with rubbing alcohol or some sort of cleaner. This just helps remove all the oils that have gotten on the glass from your fingers from handling it. So here's the laminating pouch, and again I'm just going to use 1/2 of it, so one side of this. And the matte side is going to go against the glass. We're going to be laminating on the side of the glass that is smooth, which is the underside of the cutting board. I'm just going to lay this on my heat press and press it for about 15 seconds, just long enough to get the laminate sheet attached to the cutting board. Now I will say that you'll have to go around the edges and cut it out. If you do it this way, you can pre-cut your laminate sheet to the size of your glass and it'll save you this step. But I did get this cutting knife from the Dollar Tree. It's not packaged the best, but it works pretty good and it has a ton of different blades. So one thing to watch for is this glass is going to be really hot when it comes out of your heat press. And I just cut around the edges because the laminate sheet is going to stick some to the butcher paper or parchment paper or whatever it is that you have laying down on the bottom of your heat press. I'm going to try to line up the picture in the center of the glass. Now with doing sublimation on glass, your glass is going to be laying on top of the picture, whereas with metal or other substrates, your image will be laying on top of the item. With glass, it's going to be underneath the item. So lay down your image first and then put the glass on top of it. We're doing 385 for 190 seconds. Now the color looks a little bit different while it's laying on the heat press because that white paper is still behind it and giving it a little bit more of a backing. If you do this with vinyl, it'll look exactly like that whenever you remove the sublimation paper from the back of your image. But you can see this glass has designs in the glass itself, so it actually helps it look more like stained glass. There is a little bit of bleeding around the edges. Again, that is because my image was a little bit too small for this. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the result of it, and it does look like a stained glass piece. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments section, and I hope to catch you on the next one.